Ever wonder if software could write itself? Or like negotiate a deal for you? Even like capture your personality digitally? Crazy, right?
Yeah, it's wild. But that's the kind of future we're looking at today, all thanks to AI
AI
agents.
agents.
Yeah, it sounds like a movie, but it's real. We're talking like systems, autonomous systems that are already changing things, like across industries, from shopping to how doctors diagnose. It's a big deal.
So like, what are they? I get they're like software or whatever, but what makes them so different from like the apps on my phone?
Okay, so imagine an app that can learn, adapt even, and make decisions on its own. To reach a goal, that's an AI agent. Like in a nutshell, think of a chatbot,
Okay.
but not just one that answers questions, but remembers what you like, and then like suggests things based on what you did before. That's an AI agent.
Hmm. Okay, so they're more than just code. They're like digital helpers with a to-do list.
Exactly. And this isn't some far off thing either. The research, it shows the market for AI agents is going to boom. Like seriously, boom. Going from like $5.1 billion in 2024 to, get this, 47.1 billion by 2030.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's huge. Something big happening here. What are some of the things driving all this growth? Like, what's the cutting edge stuff?
Well, MIT researchers there are doing some really cool work making AI agents even more dependable, especially for harder tasks. Like, think managing a robot's warehouse.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
That takes like tons of decisions really fast and lots of coordination. They're making AI models that can deal with all that super accurately.
that's wild. It's like self-driving cars, right? Like, they have to process so much and react so fast.
Yeah, it is. But AI agents, it's not just about reacting. It's about like actively working towards something, a goal. Now, imagine a bunch of these agents all working together, like a team. That's the whole idea of multi-agent systems. The potential is, well, it's massive.
Like a bunch of digital specialists, each one with their own thing they're good at.
Yeah, exactly. Like imagine traffic managed by AI agents coordinating everything to like reduce all the traffic jams.
Okay.
Or a network of them, working together to make a smart city use less energy.
Okay, that is next level stuff. What about these, I've heard about these large language models, LLMs, like ChatGPT, everyone's talking about it. How do those fit in?
Oh, those are LLMs are huge, like totally changing things because they let AI agents understand and like generate human language. So you can talk to them like normally. Instead of commands and clicking on menus, you can just talk like you would to a person.
Oh, that makes sense. I remember those old chatbots. So annoying to use. LLMs are like a total upgrade.
Oh, for sure. And this is where things get really interesting. There's research going on about what they call simulation agents, AI replicas.
Wait, you're telling me they can make like a digital you based on your personality? How?
Yeah, researchers, they found that by looking at just 2 hours of interview data, they can create like a simulation agent that talks and acts just like the real person. It's crazy.
No kidding.
Think about it, like for education, totally personalized, or even preserving someone's memories if they're.
It's incredible, but also like a little freaky. Who owns that digital copy? Does it have rights? I don't know. It's a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge point. As these agents get, well, smarter, we have to really think about the ethical stuff, the philosophical questions they bring up. But for now, why don't we look at all the different types of AI agents there are and how they work?
Okay, let's do it. Unpack this whole AI agent world.
So we were talking about types of agents, right? There are actually a lot of different types.
Yeah, we like barely scratched the surface, it feels like.
It is a pretty big topic. Okay, so let's unpack all these types. What are we even talking about?
Right.
Well, at the most basic level, the most basic, you have simple reflex agents.
Okay.
Think a thermostat. It adjusts the temperature based on like a rule preset. That's a simple reflex agent.
So it's all about like following instructions, not really thinking, Kat.
Yeah, pretty much. Then we have model-based reflex agents.
Okay.
Now these, they actually have memory, and they use it to make decisions based on their environment.
Okay.
A good example, a self-driving car.
Oh,
It's always like checking out what's around it, right? Adjusting because of traffic, the road, like all sorts of things.
so it's like it has a little map in its brain that it keeps up using.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, now let's move on to goal-based agents.
Okay.
These guys, they have a goal and they like plan stuff out, actions, to reach the goal. Think of a GPS. You tell it where to go, it figures out the best way to get there.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. I use one of those all the time. Goal-based agent. What about utility-based agents? Those sound different.
Yeah, so utility-based agents, they're all about maximizing something, some kind of value, like recommendations,
Oh, okay.
like on Spotify or Netflix.
Yeah.
It looks at what you've watched, what you like, and then suggests stuff you might enjoy to like make you the happiest, right? The most satisfied.
It's like a digital concierge or something. Knows what I want.
Ha. Exactly. Now we have learning agents.
Okay.
These are cool. They actually they get better over time through like experience. You know how chess programs get better the more they play?
Oh, yeah.
That's a learning agent.
Although they're like always evolving, getting smarter.
Yeah, pretty much. Then finally we have hierarchical agents,
Okay.
which like break down a big problem into smaller, easier to handle tasks. Imagine a whole team of AI agents, each one like a specialist, and they work together to get something big done.
Like a well-oiled machine, each part doing its thing.
Perfect analogy. So now that we know the different types, right? Let's see how all these agents are actually being used. Out in the real world, I mean.
Okay, yeah. Bring it all down to earth. How am I seeing these AI agents? In my life, I mean.
You probably encounter them more than you realize. Think about like shopping online.
Okay, yeah.
The personalized recommendations, That's AI agents.
So that's how I keep getting ads for shoes I was just looking at.
Exactly. And those chatbots, the customer service ones, on
Yeah,
websites,
yeah.
they're often AI agents too. They can answer questions like the FAQ type and solve easy problems. Or even like if it's something harder, they pass you on to a real person.
It's like having a help desk, like right there, whenever you need it.
Exactly. And it's not just online shopping. AI agents are making, well, big changes in other industries too, like in manufacturing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're used to like predict when equipment's going to break down and to optimize production, make it more efficient, and also for quality control.
So they're making factories smarter.
That's the idea. And in healthcare, they're helping doctors with, well, everything like diagnosis, treatment plans, even like keeping an eye on patients.
Wow. So they're like saving lives.
They could be, yeah, they can analyze like medical images and genetic data, all sorts of patient info. And that helps doctors, see potential problems early on and make better decisions about treatment and stuff.
It's amazing how AI is changing healthcare. I mean, what about other fields, though?
Oh, yeah, tons. Finance is a big one. They use AI agents there to catch fraud, assess risk, and, do trades like super fast.
So making the markets like safer and faster.
That's the goal. And even in HR, human resources, they're using AI agents to like make hiring easier, automate the boring tasks, and even help to make training programs like more personalized.
It seems like they're everywhere.
They are, and it's only going to increase. But we have to remember, right? All this potential, it comes with, well, responsibility. We have to think about the ethics of it all, the potential risks.
You're right. We can't just get excited about the shiny new tech and like forget about the big picture.
Exactly. Like we need to make sure that they benefit these AI agents, that they benefit everyone, not just a few people. And we have to think about jobs too, people losing their jobs. And also, what if AI is used for like bad stuff?
It's complicated. No easy answers.
No, it isn't, but it's stuff we gotta talk about now. Because what we do now affects, what the future will be like. With AI, I mean.
So what does the future hold for these AI agents? What can we expect?
Well, one thing we're seeing is like more and more autonomy.
Okay.
They're becoming more able to make decisions, take action, without us, humans having to step in.
They're becoming like independent.
Yeah, and that all this autonomy, it's leading to like self-healing systems.
Okay.
So agents that can find and fix problems like on their own.
That's straight out of a movie.
I know, right? It's happening. We're also seeing hyper-personalization. Even more of it.
Okay.
So agents are being used to make experiences fit, like exactly to what you want and need, like recommendations for what to buy or learning plans, even healthcare stuff.
It's like everyone has their own personal AI for everything.
Aha, yeah. And another really interesting thing is like AI development is becoming more, what's the word, democratic. The tools are easier to get, so more people can create and use AI applications, not just like the big tech companies.
So it's like open to everyone.
Pretty much. And that's leading to a ton of, new ideas, new AI stuff coming out all the time. But maybe the most like mind-blowing thing is using AI to actually develop software.
Wait, you mean like AI is writing code?
Exactly. AI agents are doing like all the software stuff, writing code, testing, debugging, all of it.
So like AI is creating AI.
Kind of, yeah. And that could really speed things up, how fast everything's changing. But here's the thing, right? We can't forget AI, it's tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
It always comes back to that, huh? The ethical side of things.
Yeah, the future of AI, it's really up to us. We got to make sure that we use it, this powerful tech, to, help everyone.
It's a lot to think about. We got to talk about it.
Absolutely. And it's a conversation that everyone should be part of, not just the experts.
I like that. We all have a stake in this. So we've talked about all the different types of AI agents, how they work, and all the ways they're being used, and what the future might look like with them, being a bigger and bigger part of our lives. But there's another big piece of the puzzle we need to talk about: human-machine collaboration. It's clear that AI agents are getting more advanced, more integrated into everything. But what does that actually mean for us? As humans, I mean.
That's a big question, and one man we're just starting to really understand. On the one hand, AI agents can free us up from all the boring stuff, right? The tedious tasks. That gives us more time to focus on what matters. Being creative, innovating, connecting with people.
It's like having a bunch of digital assistants taking care of all the mundane stuff so we can, do the amazing stuff.
Exactly. But on the other hand, we can't forget about the risks. Like as AI agents become more, autonomous, we need to make sure that we still have control over decisions, and that these agents are being used ethically, responsibly.
It's a balancing act, huh? Embrace the potential of AI, but also protect our own values and our freedom to make choices.
Exactly. And it's a balance we have to be very careful with, be aware and keep talking about it, thinking about it.
So we're on the edge of this future with AI everywhere. What are the key takeaways for people listening? What should they be thinking about as all this stuff is changing so fast?
I think the most important thing is to stay informed, keep learning. The more we understand about AI agents, what they can do and what might happen, the better we can decide, what role they'll play in our lives.
Knowledge is power, as they say.
It really is. And we also need to keep having these conversations about AI ethics, with everyone, our families, our friends, people at work, even the people making the laws. It might not always be easy, but it's important to make sure AI is developed and used in a way that benefits everybody.
So it serves us, not the other way around.
Exactly. And we got to remember, AI isn't one big thing. It's a bunch of different technologies. And how they're used, well, that depends on people. We're making those choices. The future of AI, it's not already decided. We're creating it.
That's a good point. We got a say in this.
We do. And as we, move forward, it's super important to do it together with a sense of all of us being responsible and using this powerful tech for good.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This has been a fascinating deep dive. Really makes you think. Thanks for joining us. And we hope you keep exploring this complex and ever-changing world of AI agents. So we've talked about all the different types of AI agents, right, and how they work and all the ways they're being used and what the future might hold, with them kind of taking over.
Yeah. And we also touched on how they could change society, transform industries, help us humans reach our potential, even drive a whole new industrial revolution.
It's a lot. But I keep thinking about this human-machine collaboration. AI agents, they're getting so, sophisticated, so integrated into everything. But what does that actually mean for us? For humans?
It's a huge question, yeah. And we're only just starting to even figure it out. On the one hand, they can, take over all the boring stuff, the tedious tasks, which would free us up to focus on, the stuff that really matters: creativity, innovation, connecting with people, all that.
It's like having, a bunch of digital assistants behind the scenes taking care of the boring stuff so we can, focus on the cool stuff.
Exactly. But here's the other side, right? We can't forget about the risks. As these AI agents, they become more autonomous, making their own decisions. We got to make sure we still have control over the decisions, and that they're being used ethically, responsibly.
It's like walking a tightrope between embracing all the potential, but also protecting ourselves. Our values, our freedom to choose.
Exactly. And it's a tightrope we got to walk, carefully. Be aware. Keep talking about it. Keep thinking about it.
So here we are, on the end of this future, AI everywhere. What are, the key things people should know? What should they be thinking about? It's all changing so fast.
I think, honestly, the most important thing is stay informed, keep learning. The more we know about AI agents, what they can do, what could happen, the better we'll be able to, decide what role they play in our lives. Make good choices.
Knowledge is power, right?
It really is. And we also need to keep having these conversations about AI ethics with everyone, our families, our friends, people at work, even the people making the laws. It might be hard, but it's important. So we can make sure AI is developed and used to help everyone, not just, a few people.
So AI serves us, not the other way around.
Exactly. And we got to remember, AI, it's not one big thing, it's a bunch of different technologies. And how they're used, well, that depends on us, people. We're the ones making those choices. The future of AI, it's not already decided. We're creating it right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have a say.
We do, and as we, go forward into this future, it's really important to do it like together with a sense of, responsibility, all of us, and using this tech, this powerful tech, for good to make things better.
Well said. This has been, wow, a really fascinating deep dive and makes you think. Thank you so much for joining us and, keep exploring this world of AI agents. It's complex, it's always changing, but it's the future.